Hello, everybody. It's been a long time. Um, I don't know why I haven't done a tarot read in a while, but today I'm really being called to it, so I'm going for it. I feel like for a vast majority of us at this time, we're trying to get through some kind of a hurdle. We've been stuck on a repeated pattern, and we're finding ourselves always doing the same thing over and over again, like accepting things that we know are not true, overthinking. So I felt called to pull out these sacred traveler oracle cards, and they have been giving me some pretty good readings. So I figured, why not do a video for you guys? So, my friends, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a soul path reading, like to get kind of into the depth of what's going on with us at this time. So with this, it's where are you on your soul path right now? Oh, you're overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Just like I said, right now I feel really strongly that we've been feeling like it's like an uphill battle and that there's never going to come an end. And then when you think of this, what was the story of the in the Bible? I believe I can't remember who it was that the man tried to pull this sword out of the stone for so long, and he fought and fought and fought, and he couldn't do it because he was getting angry at the fact. And this young man comes over and he says, okay, I'm going to take this out. And he pulls it out with no problem because he wasn't in the mindset of, I've got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Why can't I do this? I've tried so hard. It should be so easy. He was just in this mindset of walking over and saying, okay, I got this, and pulls it right out with ease. We are able, just give me a minute. I don't want to say we are able. That's not what I want to say. All of a sudden my mind just went bloop. So when that happens, it's saying, okay, Bonnie, wrong path. But with this, I feel that I don't know, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing this light back here and this big boulder with the sword, and it's like you can do whatever it is when you release the overthinking, when you release the negative beliefs, when you release the and it's all starts with what we think about ourselves and how we go about our day, right? Like if we wake up in the morning and we're like, oh my god, I got to do the dishes again, or oh my god, I got to go to work, and feel so bad about it. It's going to be a struggle, it's going to be difficult, but when we wake up in the morning and go, hello beautiful world, I'm ready to take on any challenge that you have to bring forward to me today because I know that I can get over it with ease. So, what I'm hearing right now is you are where you're supposed to be. This challenge, this obstacle, this issue, this problem, whatever it is that you're facing at this time, has been put in front of you to make you slow down, reflect, and then move forward with what it is that you want to do because you know that you can get through this. You know that this is just another piece of the puzzle that you're going to put together. Okay. What's the dominant energy? Great adventure. Take a risk. Take a risk. Venture forward. Go for it. Do it. Remove the obstacle. Believe in yourself. Know that you have the ability to charge forward through all of this unsettled energy that surrounds you. And it's just going to take you, it might take you a day or two. It might take you a minute or two when you just kind of sit back and reflect about it a little bit. But know that you are the creator. You are the one that is making all of the decisions towards what it is that you want in life, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. So, what am I being invited to see and understand at this time? That you're reaching your destination. Did I honestly shuffle these cards? I'm pretty sure I shuffled them at the beginning. These two cards have been coming out quite a bit. And to me, it's like, go ahead and take the risk and follow what it is that your heart desires. If you've got to move, if you've got to leave something, then you know in your heart that it should be done. And I'm not saying for anybody to run and leave their spouse or quit their job, but I am saying that if it doesn't make you happy and it's the obstacle that's not allowing you to feel that you can receive your desires and your wants, and it's standing in your way, take the risk. Give it a try. See what happens. Try small. Try something small. Something, little in your life that you just want to try to overcome. Like, I don't know, like a hair quitting smoking. For me, it's quitting smoking. I'm trying to quit smoking again. And I just keep putting myself in this thought of like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. But really, I need to just do it now to stop, because I know that the reason I'm smoking is because of my lack of desire to quit, to be honest. But yeah, it's time to take a risk on yourself. It's time to realize that your destination is right there. You just got to pop that bubble and go for it. Okay, let's see. What are you being, excuse me, what are you being asked to complete or release? What needs to be released from your energy? I'm going to do it different. I'm going to cut the deck this time. What needs to be released from your energy? The time is now. With this, it's like you need to release the shackles of being held back by your own desires, by your own want, and have the confidence to move forward and see the grace in what stands in front of you. It's scary to open that door and to take on a new step. But you know what? That's where the great beauty, that's where everything good starts, right? When we take that step forward into the fear of not knowing whether it's going to work or not knowing whether it's the right thing to do or not. And generally, when we take that step, it's like, oh my God, it wasn't that bad. I didn't expect for it. If your heart is calling for you to take this move, take the risk, overcome this obstacle, because your destination is like right there. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you just to answer the call, answer your voice, trust yourself. Okay. What part of myself am I being called to reclaim or embody today? Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. You're being called to see how fucking beautiful you are, how amazing you are, how strong you are, how you have created anything good in your life, how you are the one that's able to feel the abundance. If you keep yourself in that lack mindset of not thinking that you can have something good, you're not going to feel the abundance. But when you let go of that and just for a moment say, I'm open to receive, I'm open to see, I'm open to look at things from a new perspective, abundance is going to continue to flow. You have food in your cupboard, you have a roof over your head, you have a family that loves you, you know, you have a good job, you have created something absolutely beautiful, you have hobbies, you have whatever it is. That is abundance. That is abundance. And you have an infinite supply of that. You may feel that for some it's abundance of money. If that's the case, then there's something blocking you. If you feel that you need more money, there's an obstacle that's blocking you. And that obstacle is your lack of trust in yourself, the lack of, or the fear of taking the risk. And if you take the risk, you know, like you're going to get to that destination and it's going to bring you to where you want to be. It's going to give you the fruits. You're going to get to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You know, even if it's like, you know, creating a YouTube channel or writing a book or painting a picture, whatever it is, if you are being called silently saying there's something that says to you, you know, go pick up that paintbrush and paint a picture. You haven't done it in so long. Go pick up the crochet hook and make a pair of socks, you know, like whatever that little calling is that you're receiving inside of your mind, inside of your heart, do it. Go for it. Because when you're doing things that you enjoy, that's when the abundance is able to flow into you. That's when you start to get all of these great ideas. That is when you're going to start to see things around you be more happy, more loving, more caring, and you're just allowing yourself to be in the moment. Okay, what lesson? Okay, this is a good one. What lesson do you need to learn at this time that keeps repeating itself? Oh, uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So, what lesson do you need to learn at this time? You need to learn to trust. You need to learn that when you uncover these obstacles, when you remove them out of your way, you're going to see great bounty. You are going to see beautiful things. You are a magical being. The dragons are like magical, mystical, mythical creatures that have the ability to fly and spit fire and be so majestically beautiful at the same time, but can create so much chaos. And that is you. You know, you are such a majestic being, and you can protect yourself. You can stand up for who you are and what you believe in. You don't need to have the opinions or beliefs of others to keep moving forward in your life. This is a pattern that you need to release and trust yourself. If you walk into a situation and somebody asks you to do something and they want you to say yes, and you know in your heart that you don't want to and you want to say no, say no. The other person may be upset, but you know what? They should understand. If it's not something you want to do, that's totally on you, right? So it's time for you to let go of the patterns of what other people want from you and start instilling what it is that you want, and to start digging into the silence of your mind and trusting that by doing what you enjoy is going to uncover so much beautiful energy and abundance for you in your life. Okay. What gifts, strengths, and abilities are wanting to come forward? The view from above, get the big picture. Okay. This is wanting you to step back and to look at things from a different point of view. It's this card to me, I had this for myself earlier, is like you see exactly what it is that you want. There's that castle that's in that bubble. You pop that bubble. Okay. You pop that bubble. You let it go. You let the transformation happen. You spoke your truth. You said what you had to. You did what you had to. And now you're like, okay, now I'm going for me. You're still a little bit unsure, right? But you have to stand back and take a view from above and look at it as giving advice to a friend. If a friend or or even your own child, if your child is in this situation, what would you say to them? You know, that's kind of taking a step out of it and stop, and it's not in your personal bubble at that time. It kind of is if it's your child, but it allows you to look at it with a different set of eyes and to view it from a different angle. So take a look at what you would advise for your child and see what it is that you're actually doing. And does it match? You know, does it match? Probably not, because if it matched, then you wouldn't be here listening to this reading right now, and it would definitely have nothing to do with the fact that there's obstacles that are needing to be overcome. And the obstacle is obviously it's not trusting your inner voice, right? You have the ability to create so much beauty, but and I'm not saying it like um, the ability to create so much beauty, but you have like the ability to shine, you know? I don't know why I keep losing words. Maybe somebody's going to call me or something. I don't know. Okay. So, where are you being guided towards? I'm going to shuffle. Where are you being guided towards? I'm kind of liking to do the little taking shelter. The answers are within. You're being guided to listen to yourself. You're being guided to sit back, take the time, and listen to what it is that your soul or your mind, your voice, your inner self, your heart is saying to you. It's okay to retreat. It's okay to rest. It's okay to, you know, read books, watch videos, whatever it is that you need to help bring you back to self, to open you up to be able to receive what it is that you want and to be able to take the risk to overcome the obstacle that's standing in front of you. So take shelter and listen to what your heart wants. Ask yourself a question, okay? Any question. Just give yourself a second to be quiet. Ask yourself a question, and the very first answer that comes to your mind is your truth. You are going to second guess. You are going to make a million reasons why you shouldn't do it or why you should do it or whatever the case may be. That's your ego. That's your protective self trying to say, no, 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 no. This way of doing it is not going to work because, oh, for one, I'm going to be hurt. For two, the other person's going to be hurt. Somebody's feelings might be upset. You know, like there's so many different scenarios. But the very first answer you get when you ask that question silently in your mind is the one that is the truth, is your truth. Sometimes it's not easy, you know, and we just want to find a million reasons why and I don't even want to say reasons, I want to say excuses as to why we just stay and deal with what we're dealing with and keep putting ourselves on the back burner and not listening to ourselves, you know, like it's so easy to put ourselves in that mindset, and it's not easy to be like, okay, I know I need to do this, and if I don't do it, I'm just going to keep repeating. But your message is to just step out of the box and do it. Just go for it. Take the risk. Take the risk on yourself. I just heard the song "Take a Chance on Me." What am I currently supporting? What is currently supporting your path at this time? What is currently supporting your path at this time? I'm going to do this a little different. I'm kind of liking this. Your angels. You are being cherished. Your angels are supporting you. Your ancestors, your passed on loved ones, you are being protected. They are seeing the struggle that you're going through at this time, and they're telling you that it's okay. It's okay to take the risk. It's okay to just sit back, allow yourself to figure out what it is that you truly want and take that chance on yourself. You're protected. Your angels aren't going to allow anything bad to happen to you. You know, they're going to give you the answers that you seek, but you just need to trust them. Like with that question that you asked, the first answer that comes up, that's like your angels coming through, your guides coming through, saying this is where you need to go. But then you make a million reasons or excuses as to why you shouldn't be listening to them, right? So know at this time you are being protected. There is, no matter it is how difficult it's going to be, because you know, stepping into risk, taking that chance, it's never easy. But you'll see once you take that uneasy step forward, things will start falling into place. Okay, what might be creating resistance, confusion, or stagnation? So, what is creating the resistance at this time? In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. So you're just not allowing yourself to go with the flow. You're not allowing yourself to trust your guides and to just know that you're being protected. You know, it's going to seem a little scary because it's something you've never done before, but just sit back and enjoy it, and know that whatever the choices that you make, it's because that's your flow. That's where you're supposed to go. That's what you're supposed to do, you know? It sucks when we second guess ourselves all the time. You know, we know what we want, we know where we want to go, we know that we want to achieve this or do this, but then it's like we just beat ourselves up and say, oh, no, no, maybe next time, maybe next time. But what they're saying to us at this time is like, you need to stop resisting the flow and just go with it and see what happens. Like, just, yeah, go with the flow, man. Um, what practical action can you make at this time that is going to create the best movement forward for you? So, what kind of action do you need to take at this time? Watching the clouds. Oh, it's so. I had this card for this question earlier for myself, and you seen me go through the cards, and it's so true. And it fits in perfectly with everything that's going on at this time about just sitting back and relaxing and resting and allowing the thoughts to come through and processing that. Process those thoughts. See, you know, see the possibilities. It's limitless. You know, we can do whatever we want, and we just get so busy living life that we forget to just rest and relax and take a moment for ourselves and just let it be. See how easy it is for your ships to come in. Like, you see this risk, you know, there it is, the risk. It's worth it, because once you took the risk and got through the bumpy waters, everything was smooth sailing then. When you just relax, breathe, let life happen, you know, make the choices that are best for yourself, and see how everything just starts to fall into place. When we do that, when we rest and relax and we just go with the flow, that's when the obstacles are removed, because we receive the answers that we're seeking, that we've been questioning. Okay, what does Spirit need you to know right now in regards to this reading? So what does Spirit need you to know? Let's shuffle. What does Spirit need you to know? Oh, I swear I should have done this earlier when I pulled cards for myself, because it's like so many. They need you to know just to be grateful, to see the beauty in everything that is surrounding you. See the signs and synchronicities. You see a peacock. I don't know why I said that, but if you see a peacock, you know, there's beauty in that. There's strength in that. There's a willingness to move forward without fear, you know. It's protection, it's beauty, it's so many different things. And when you see these little signs, like a cardinal, you know, like everybody says the cardinal is a sign from a passed on loved one, or you see something like a ladybug, you know, like these things are all a part of um all a part of our creating, is all a part of giving us answers. but we don't see it as that, and we don't allow those little signs to give us peace, to give us grace. And when we rest and relax, we allow things to flow a little better, and through that we can expand our joy, we can be happy, we can find the peace that we're seeking, we can find the answers. And when we find the answers, it's like, oh my god, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Like, this is the way it's going to go. Okay, so I'm thinking I want to pull a couple more cards, but I'm just trying to figure out which cards I want to pull from. Okay, let's just keep it with this one. What is a message that you need to hear at this time? Enough again. Oh my. Like, seriously. Spirit is really talking to me through these cards today. This deck is just like speaking to me in ways I didn't expect. Success expands in your life. Gates of triumph. Let them open. Step through the door. Take the risk. Do what makes you happy. If somebody else doesn't agree with it, too fucking bad for them. If somebody doesn't understand why you're doing what you're doing, they don't need to. When you're ready to go and step through this gate and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing it anyways, that is where the success is going to lie. It's going to open up new doors of opportunity that you never expected. And it's hard, like, really, it's not easy, but it's right here in front of us. Like, everything in these cards are saying that it's time to move. It's time to do it. It's time to listen to yourself. It's time to take the time to rest and relax. If you've been feeling uncomfortable about things, if you've been experiencing some kind of pain, there's some kind of inflammation somewhere in your body. So I just want to say, this came through right now. If you're experiencing any kind of pain, I want you to do something. I want you to do like a so-called Dr. Google, but I want you to put in Google, say you have left knee pain, and put in spiritual meaning of left knee pain, or chakras for left knee pain, or something along that line. Go internal instead of like arthritis. Like, why do I have this pain? Oh, this could be arthritic. We're not looking for that. We're not looking for that diagnosis. We're looking for the internal diagnosis through our emotional body at this time. Because when we hold, like, if you know me, I'm into chakras. I haven't been really so much anymore, but I find that I'm being drawn back to it. Like, even like reading my cards, I haven't touched them in such a long time. Like, I have for myself, but not to anybody else. But I just feel like I'm in a flow right now. So anyways, you're gonna check out the internal, and see how, being insecure about something is creating the inflammation in your knee, causing the arthritis, because you don't know if you're stable on the ground you're stepping in. You don't know if the job you have is the right one. You suppressed way too many emotions from when you were a child, of not being safe, of not being seen, of not being understood. Like, there are so many emotional I can't even speak, emotional reasoning behind the physical pain. We've been building up the emotional for so many, many years that it's exploded in saying, okay, if you're not going to listen to the emotional part of me, I'm going to give you physical pain. And one way or another, you're going to do something to make this go away. But the thing is with the physical pain and the medications and surgeries and stuff, that may fix it for a short term, but it doesn't let go of the emotional part of it. And once we understand the emotional part of can be behind this left knee pain, you may be able to start releasing, start understanding, asking yourself questions, pulling your tarot cards, whatever it is, and start understanding. I'm feeling like a really big ball of energy between my hands right now, and it kind of feels really cool, not going to lie. But understanding how digging into yourself and what you've experienced in your life, and what you've suppressed and held on to, and what you've not said, or what you've not seen, or what you've just let go because you didn't want to deal with it, how all of this energy, emotional energy, has been stored in your body. And once you start to release it and understanding understanding where this has come from is the biggest part of healing, of accepting, of knowing that you're not in that space anymore. But every time you get into a situation that triggers that emotional energy, your body doesn't know that you're not doing that, that you're not in that state. So if you were scared when you were 5 because a horse, you know, stomped on your toe or something, and every time you see a horse, you get this overwhelming feeling and you get scared and you have this fear, it's because of this energy that you picked up when you were 5 that scared you then. And every time you see this horse, it's triggering you. I don't know why I'm using a horse, but it's triggering you to feel this fear from when you were a child. But really, that's not happening. That horse could be 50 feet away from you, not even anywhere near you, and on the other side of a fence somewhere. And it's not coming near you. So you have no reason to fear, but your body puts you in that state. And when you can see that, when you figure where that trigger comes from, like when you see that horse and all of a sudden you get this fear, you can be like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not scared. I have nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, my toe got stepped on when I was 5, but that's okay. I'm not there anymore. I'm good. I'm safe. Your energy changes. Your energy changes, and you're no longer in that moment of fear. And fear is like creates so many digestive issues, because if you think about it, when you're scared, you're tensing your body, right? You're tensing your core, you're tensing your stomach, you're tensing all within your like sacral and solar plex chakras. And then you're stressing yourself on your heart because of this fear of something that happened to you when you were a child. It's crazy how these things that we've experienced in our life, like breakups or fights or whatever the case may be, all hold emotional energy over us. And until we can be like, hey, we're not there anymore. That's not me. That's not where I am. I don't have to deal with that. Like, yeah, I got into a fight with this person like 25 years ago, but like, just because this person said the same thing, I'm not in the same spot. Like, just, it's crazy. But honestly, check it out. Okay, just check it out. Yeah. That really made me feel good. Reading these cards really makes me feel good. Kind of feels like weird because I'm still not used to talking to a camera. But then I'm thinking to myself in the same sense, Bonnie, you're not just talking to a camera. Somebody's watching this. Somebody's gaining from this. You are here to share your voice. You are here to help guide people understand how to heal within. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to let you see things from that higher point of view, to see things from a different perspective. And that makes it a little bit easier for me to to do this video. I really want to pull another card, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want to go from. Okay. Speaking of chakras, let's get into this. I am going to pick up these cards. I hope you don't mind. I want to see the energy that you're hanging on to at this time. It may not be everybody, but I do want to see what may be coming up. Like what's something you're suppressing? What's something you're hanging on to? What is it that is, what is the obstacle? Okay, yeah. What is the energetic obstacle that's holding you back from taking a risk at this time? What is the energetic obstacle that you are holding on to at this time? I just heard spread them and pick it. So I'm spreading them and picking it. Mysticism. This is your third eye. To me, this is your third eye. So to me, it's like you're afraid to see. You're afraid to see things as they are. It's like you're making something, I heard delusional. I heard repeating over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. You're not really seeing something for what it is, but you're being asked. So for some, maybe you've been experiencing a lot of eye pain, a lot of forehead pain, some headaches, maybe also some like sinus issues at this time, because you're not allowing yourself to be open to actually see what's in front of you, is what I heard. forgiveness. So for some, again, purple, third eye. For some, you're not seeing where you need to forgive yourself for hanging on to something that you experienced at such a young age. This fear has kept you protected and safe for so long, but it's creating obstacles in your life. It's not allowing you to see the bigger picture. And it's time to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for hanging on to that. You know, forgive yourself for allowing your mind to flash back to it every time you get triggered. For some reason, and I don't even know why, but I'm saying it anyways because it's my channel and I'm not. So, anyways, for some, I'm hearing like maybe you were abused as a child, which has created a lot of issues for you in your time, and you are being asked to forgive, not forgive, not forgive the person that did this to you, but to forgive yourself for hanging on to that negative energy for so long, to feel that you needed to be protected, if that makes sense. Like, I know you're probably thinking, what the fuck, Bonnie? Like, seriously, like this person should never have done what they did, but they did, and you experienced it and you've lived through it for far too long now. And I'm sorry, but I'm allowed to say this because I've experienced it myself. And you have allowed yourself to hang on to this for far too fucking long. And maybe that's your obstacle. Maybe that's your obstacle. You're afraid to step into it because you're afraid of what somebody may do to you. But you have to realize you're not a 2-year-old. You're not 5. You're not 10. You're however old you are now, and you are able to protect yourself. You are never going to forget what happened to you, but you can forgive and let go and realize that you are not there anymore. You're not there anymore. You're not that child anymore. You can apologize to yourself because you didn't deserve what happened to you. But what happened to you has definitely made you fucking stronger, has definitely given you a strength beyond what anybody could imagine. And it has brought you to where you are right now. And your guides are asking you to let that part of yourself go. Because maybe for some it's because you're having a difficult time in your relationship, and this is just something that you can't let go of. You're afraid to speak up. Maybe you're afraid to speak up. Maybe you're afraid to, let people see who you really are. And you just hide behind the shadows because you don't want somebody to be like, oh, well, I didn't know that about you. Like me being a tarot reader, right? For a long time, I hid that. For a long time, I've hidden, and even still to this day, I hide the fact that I love to work with energy, and that would be like my dream job. But it's like, oh, my son pops up on my phone. He's gonna have to wait. But yeah, and it's all stemmed from this childhood trauma that you've experienced, and it's time to let that go. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to see the trigger. It's time to be like, okay, that horse is not going to touch me anymore. Like it's not going to stomp on my foot. It's 50 feet away through 2 other fences. I'm good. And just feel how just saying that to yourself releases that tension, releases that, that ball of, oh my God, I need to protect myself. Okay. Let me see. What else? Okay, let's go and do the Soul Helper. I'm going to read this one from the book. So I'm just going to ask, what do you need to know at this time? Or I don't want to say, what do you need to know at this time? What is it that I want to ask this deck? What do I want to ask you? I'm like drawing a blank on a question. All I'm hearing is just like, let the cards fall, Bonnie. Give it a couple shuffles and see what happens. If not, we're letting them fall. Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. I am going to read this one from the book. But to me, as I'm looking at it, have the courage to be free, and freedom begins where we desire something so bad. We want love so bad. You just want somebody to accept you, to appreciate you, to be connected to, and that's all you constantly think about. And it's like you can't seem to let that go because you feel that it's just a burning desire. It's hard to explain, but once you let go of that desire, of that want, of that need, of that constant overthinking, and just let yourself be free, take the risk to just forgive, to let yourself be free. Pardon me, I'm like, I'm releasing stuff, and that's really good. um you'll see how everything starts to fall into place. You'll see how the abundance is coming in, how you're going to find your treasures, of bounty. Like, we just got to let go of the desire of what we want. We got to let go of the desire for the outcome, the desire of the need. It needs to stop. You just need to be like, when it comes up in your head and you're like, oh, I wish I could find somebody, to love me. I wish that I could find this better job. And you just get all these feelings in your head, and then you tell yourself all this stuff as to why it doesn't come in, and blah, 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 and the story goes on. But when you just go like, oh, well, I would really like to have somebody that I can spend, some quality time with or whatever. But when it's ready, it's going to happen. And right now, I'm good with being with myself. And I'm good with trusting myself. And I'm good with working on who I am and going through my own healing journey, and just, trying new things. Try new things. Just try it and see how it feels. See how letting go of the desired outcome, just see how things start to fall into place. It's so hard, but it's so easy. Okay, I'm gonna read a book. I said, what number is this? 28. 8, 9, 10 is 1, so it's the ending of something. And you got to be fucking me. I just opened it right to that page, and I know you see me flip. Okay. What does freedom mean to you? Where do you think it lies? Do you think it can be found in money, power, recognition, or enlightenment? Freedom commences where desire ends, or desire ceases. I'm sorry. Freedom exists. I need a drink. My mouth is getting dry. Oh my goodness, I just realized you're hearing that. Sorry, that was like literally right over my microphone. Sorry. Okay, so freedom exists only in the present. You cannot plan for it. You cannot save for it in a freedom piggy bank to make use of it later. Live in the moment and live freely. Freedom is wherever you happen to be. Look around you and seek it out. Invite it in right now into the moment that is full of potential, including the chance of freedom. Be open to it and use that freedom sometimes to behave a little irrationally or rashly, and perhaps increasingly often. Every now and then it will give you the courage to pick yourself up and smile to yourself at the idea of acting responsibly, without wishing in any way to degenerate or disregard common sense, since freedom is magnanimous and can therefore accept everything with ease. When you are free in your own self, you are at one with your life purpose. You feel bound to nothing and to no one. It is only that everything will flow through you freely, and that the perfect light of great potential will find its way to you unchallenged. So that's stepping over your obstacles. Your obstacle is allowing the moment to be free. To be free means to love everything without wishing to understand it, without asking for meaning or reward. What will you do now? Hear your soul ask softly, what do you desire? And when you have found your answer, be sure to act upon it and learn that freedom can only be found on the path of truth. The power animal of this card is the lynx. The essential oil is silver fir. The healing crystal is Apache tears. And the number is 1. And it's true, this whole reading has been about freeing yourself, freeing your energy, allowing you to just be with yourself in the moment, and realizing that the obstacles and the triggers that you experience in your life can be overcome, and you can heal from this, and you can understand, what it is that you need to release, what it is that you need to forgive. All right, my friends, I'm going to close off this now, I guess. Even though I really, truly feel like reading more, I think maybe what I might do is a post. Oh, by the way, I'm so excited for myself. I actually wrote a healing journal. And at first I was thinking it was going to have like a couple of questions in it and just keep it kind of simple. But this healing journal is like a 30-day healing, self-healing journal. It goes through chakras, it goes through shadow work, it goes through opening yourself up to understanding yourself better. It's called She Was Never Lost. And it came to me like that because you've never been lost. You know, you have experienced so many things in your life. And sometimes when we hit a certain point, it's like, where have I gone? You know, like you look in the mirror and you're like, what's happened to me? Like, where have I gone? I am not the same person I was before. I don't feel good about myself. You know, like you weren't lost. You're still there. You just have to bring her back to light and allow her to be free. And that's what this journal helps us do. And I'm so excited because it's going to be on Amazon really soon. I'm hoping. They said up to 72 hours. So I posted it and published it last night, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't wait to buy my first copy. All right, my friends, until next time, hopefully sooner than later. Take care. Bye.